So we've been working on this 750 for a while. Finally got some results on the dyno. Just got this motor together about 4 days ago. But here we are on E85. We got a 1 mil over exhaust, ported head, ceramic coated, decked head, and a thinner head gasket. And she is making some crazy numbers. I have up. So we got a GSXR750 on the dyno 2012. We are tuning it through the ECU, so it's flash tuned. We got E85 in it right now. It will also be tuned on pump gas, both through the ECU. So you guys see what it does. So we started off with 125. We're now at 135 on that red pole. Huge gains on the top end of this bike, down there too as well. Track bike, probably be at Harris Hill soon. That's our ram air setup. We were running ram air on this last run. These bikes do not gain much on ram air, about 2 horsepower or so. Like with a Power Sports, like and subscribe. We got a lot of pistons done and ready to go. All coated. Time to start building some engines. Black Widow Power Sports. This is how we do. So this head's all ceramic coated, and in the process of ceramic coating we get a little bit of ceramic on our valve areas. So I'm cleaning up all of the angles to make sure that they're where they should be. Valve out of here. I got our exhaust one cut. Ceramic coating in the exhaust port. This thing should make some really awesome power. We got our valve clearance set up. We use a couple special tools to be able to press open the valve when we're rotating it around, make sure that we got clearance at all the correct spots. We got ceramic coating on this head and +1 millimeter valves on the exhaust. This thing will be on the dyno in a couple days. .133 is one that I have on YouTube. It's a blue GSXR750. This thing came to us blown up, so we didn't have a previous number. So we're using that as the same comparison, since it's the same gear ratio and a similar exhaust. We are now making 148 and 64 foot-pounds of torque, which is just unreal of what this thing can do. I can't wait to ride it on the street. We'll have a video of that later too. Polished, ready to go in the 750. Transmission is back from the polisher, and I must say I'm impressed. Everything spins freely. I'll try and do a video of it spinning once it's in the bike. Or possibly a back-to-back. I have another transmission in another 750 that I can compare it against. So we got another head out of the blaster. Got all the combustion chambers dialed into what we want. Time to seal up all the mating surfaces, razor blade this off, and get ready to spray it. Ceramic coat, that is. Time to make some real power. Got two examples of cylinder heads before we go and take them over to the machinist and have a slice taken off. ZX14 head. This one will also be ceramic, just like the 750. Normally I would have already done the ceramic after the machining, but we can put more ceramic back on there after. And those stainless valves look beautiful. Too bad I'm going to cover them with ceramic and make them look like that. A different kind of beautiful. I got the difference between the modified piston and the unmodified piston. So there's an unmodified piston and a modified piston. 3 grams out of it, but we also added a gram or so with the ceramic coat. So we got the stock rod. And we got the polished rod. 123 versus 128. All the seats are all cleaned up. This motor's ready to go back together. All done. 750. Just gotta wait for them to cool down. Coat the skirts on the pistons. We're ready to go. Another ceramic coated GSXR 750 head. Done. Ready to go on the motor. Pistons are still upstairs drying out with the Teflon on them. Once those pistons are ready, this baby will be ready to go back together. So we're cleaning back up the ceramic, at least the valve seats, where these angles are already set, but I do have a triple angle cutter going in here. A few more passes, that'll all be cleaned up to what I had before. And bearing number 2 for the same shaft. Out. We got 4.2 ounces and 5 ounces. 5.2 ounces. So again, another ounce difference between one and the other. Now we're going to put those back on the shaft and get this thing. A polished transmission versus just stock. Granted, this is a GSXR 1000 transmission. This is a 750, but this is a polished transmission. And just wow. Can anyone see the difference between this one and that one? Or, let's get this out of the way. These ones are almost finished. But between that, and that.
So it's kind of racist.
Comment below. 750 chamber ready. Valves are cut for the bigger size. This one will get a stainless set, because this one is going turbo. Another 750 head ready for ceramic coat. Stainless valves on this one. This one's going to see some boost and a good hell of amount of it. Still waiting on pistons and rods. I'll weigh 4 of these oil bolts, 29 grams on the factory ones. Ooh, boy, we got rollers away. Versus 16 grams. A few minutes later on the same day, E85. got our back-to-back runs up on there. We got our before. We got our blue line, which is our pump gas with some additive to it. And then we got our green line, which is our E85, regular pump E85. And the orange line is E85 ran, you know, through the gears that you just saw.